Welcome back, grade 11s. I hope you are now more relaxed and are interested even more in today's lesson. Now let's look at our next concept, which we will be dealing with: salaries. Now, it is very important to note that businesses pay their employees using different methods. And we will find out why it is that businesses use these different methods when they are paying their employees. So we call them the salary determination methods. It says there that not all employees who work receive a salary. Some employees receive wages. Now, I am sure that you know that already. Businesses make use of different systems to pay their employees. And it is very important to note that these systems that they use must be in line with the basic conditions of Employment Act. Now, you will remember from our definitions that the basic conditions of Employment Act is there to make sure that they set the minimum acceptable working conditions for the employees. Now, the two different salary determination methods that we have are called piecemeal as well as time-related salary determination method. When we look at the piecemeal method, it simply states that workers are paid according to the number of items that they have produced. Now you'd ask yourself, how is this done? It means that for every item that you make, then you are going to be paid for it. If it happens that there's two of us that are producing or manufacturing shoes, if you manufacture 5 pairs of shoes and I manufacture 10 pairs of shoes, it means that I will be paid more than you because I have produced more than what you have produced. Whereas with time related, we're looking at workers who are paid according to the amount of time that they spend at work or on a task. So here we are looking at the time in which the employee is working. Unlike piecemeal, we don't look at the number of tasks that they have done, but we look at the amount of time that it took them to complete the task. So we pay them according to the time. It also says that with piecemeal, workers are not remunerated or paid for the number of hours worked, regardless of how long it takes them to make the items. So if you think about it, it might take me 3 hours to make the 10 pairs of shoes, but it takes you 5 hours to make the 5 pairs. I will still be paid more even though you have spent more time on a task, because we are only considering the amount of items that you have made. Whereas with time related, we are looking at workers with the same experience or qualifications are paid on salary scales regardless of the amount of work done. So it might happen that with time related, I teach 5 classes, but you teach 2 classes. But because we are working and paid according to the time that we spend at work, it means that both of us will get the same salary if we have spent the same amount of hours in the workplace. And then piecemeal is mostly used in factories, particularly in the textile or technology industries. Now, if you remember correctly, textile industries are the ones that deal with making cloth or clothing. Now, it means that with piecemeal, it's more applicable to give them that salary because they are able to determine exactly how many materials or items they have produced. And then time related is mostly used in the private and public sector businesses because they are considering the amount of hours that you are working. Now, I want you to think, which one do you think is a more fair salary determination method and why? Let's now look at the difference between gross and net pay. Now, a gross salary is the salary earned before any deductions are made. So if I am told that I earn 100,000, oh, how I'd love to earn 100,000. If I am told that I earn it, then it means that this is the 100,000 that I will see on my salary advice or on my payslip before any other deductions have been made. And then it includes all the company contributions, such as the medical aid, the pension fund, or the provident fund and allowances. So in that 100,000, they have included already the amount for these things that I have mentioned. Then with net pay, it says there it's the amount of money that the employee takes home. Now, if you are following, it means that gross salary, you don't get it as it is. But with the net is the amount that you get already when deductions have been made. It is the salary earned after deductions are made. For example, your income tax, the retirement annuities, pension, investments, and so forth. So before you can get money in your bank account, all these other items are deducted from the 100,000, then maybe you end up with 50,000 for an example. Now let's look at contracts. Remember that when you have been offered a position, you need to sign a contract that acknowledges that you are now an employee in that particular business and you are entitled to salary. It is defined as a legal and binding agreement between the employer and the employee. So as you can see from the picture there, a contract stipulates different set of rules, the working conditions and so forth. And then you need to sign it to show that you are agreeing to the terms and conditions. So both the employer and the employee must sign that contract. Then let's check what is it that must be included in that employment contract. Firstly, the full name and address of the employer must appear. Signatures of both the employer and the employee. We must also see the job title or the position. So in other words, when I read the contract, I must know exactly what job they are talking about. Then there must be a job description, a job specification, as well as the hours of work that I need to work. Then, very importantly, I need to know on the contract the remuneration package or the amount of salary that I am going to earn. Then I must also know what makes my contract to be terminated or what would qualify for the employment contract to be terminated. Let's then finally look at the employee benefits that exist in businesses. It is said that they are paid to employees by the employer, and the benefits are additional income that is not included in the salary or the wage. So this means the benefits are not counted in my salary, but they come as an extra. Then they come in different forms and are important to the remuneration package offered to employees. This is because the more benefits that are offered by the business, then the more employees will want to work. Now let's look at the different examples of fringe benefits. You have your allowances, such as the car, the travel, the housing and cell phone allowance. Then we have the funeral benefits. We also have performance-based incentives. So this simply means that you are given more money according to how you have performed in the business. We also have staff discounts as well as medical aid. Now, grade 11s, this then brings me to the end of my lesson. I want you to think or maybe ask your parents, what kind of benefits do they receive in their workplace and why is it that it makes them happy? With that said, this is goodbye from me and I am hoping to see you next time.